over. 2017 is over, guys. It is that time of the year. One of my favorite things to do is literally gather all the movies I've watched that are great, watch them again, hopefully watch them again, and then sit down and be like, alright, this is 18, this is 12, this is 8, and this is 1. It is that time of the year, guys. It is time to do my top 20 best movies of 2017, guys. It has been an awesome year for movies. The past few years, I did top 10 best, and then last year I did top 20. I got a lot of views on it. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. And then I was like, you know what? There's enough movies here. I could do it again. So I decided to do top 20, and it's great. And just like everyone else's list, I have not seen every single movie in the entire galaxy this year. So this year, I missed a few movies this year, actually. I'm pretty sure I missed a good bit. But I do have my list of movies I have been keeping since January. Guys, I do like worst on this page and best right here. I write them down, what their grades was. I go back, write like today, yesterday, write them down like, alright, this is this. So now it's time, guys. Let's get to it. It's time. We're stalling. So, once again, not every single movie. And again, this is my list. It's okay. It is perfectly fine if you completely disagree with me. That is fine and dandy. It's okay. If your favorite movie of the year was Resident Evil, then go right ahead. That is your opinion. I'm okay with that. I might disagree with it, but you know what? That's okay. It's the internet. It's the internet. It's your opinion. It's okay. Don't get mad. Just look at my face, enjoy my Stranger Things Adidas shirt, whatever I really like, and let's get into it. So before we get into it, though, I do have a few honorable mentions, and my first honorable mention is Life. I like that movie. Beauty and the Beast, American Made, The Shape of Water, All the Money in the World, and I can already feel the comments coming in, Star Wars The Last Jedi. It did not make the list. I'm sorry. Let's keep talking. Let's keep moving, guys. Alright, so we got that out of the way. It is finally time. Let's do this, guys. Let's start the top 20 best movies of 2017, starting right now. Number 20. Coming in the 20th spot of my favorite movies of the year is a movie I just enjoyed. It's not an Oscar kind of movie, it's a movie I liked. And that's Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. What a surprise. Like, honestly, guys, I can't tell you enough how much I enjoyed this movie. I watched this movie with low expectations. I walked out with a smile on my face. This movie was probably one of my favorite comedies of the year, and that's so strange to say. The cast works together, the story is fun, I just had a blast, and I got it in that spot for number 20. Number 19. Coming in 19th place is probably the most ridiculous action movie I saw all year, but it's the most badass action movie I saw all year, and that is John Wick Chapter 2. I had such a blast with this movie. Yes, that he might use his coat as a freaking, like, shield. That is ridiculous, but guess what? I had a blast with John Wick. From beginning to end, it was just pure fun of him, Keanu Reeves being a badass, killing like 100-something people in this one movie. There's awesome action scenes. Action scenes are directed so well, and it has a great car chase in the very beginning of this movie. This movie is just pure fun and awesome. Number 18. Coming in the 18th spot is a movie I had to go back this year and be like, that movie was really good and deserves to be on this list somewhere, probably really low, but let's put it on there. I really enjoyed the Lego Batman movie. I liked it more than Batman vs. Superman. I thought this movie was one of the best Batman movies we've had in a while. And that's saying something. I mean, it was pure fun, guys. I mean, the jokes are so smart, witty, it's great. Michael Cera as Robin is literally one of the best voices of the year. Will Arnett as Batman is fantastic. Zach Galifianakis as the Joker. You got Ralph Fiennes as Alfred. I mean, it has a cast. Everyone has their bright moments. It was the funniest animated movie I saw all year, hands down. I loved it. It probably is my favorite animated film of the year. I enjoyed it, and it deserves to be in the low rankings, but it made my list. Number 17. This is the first time in history of me doing this, but this is kind of a cheat. But guess what? It's my list, and if I didn't put this movie on this list, it would feel weird for me. Number 17 is a movie I actually didn't review, and number 17 is Geralds Game. It came on Netflix. It's a movie about a woman getting trapped on her bed, whatever, handcuffed, while her husband's laying on the floor with a heart attack. He's dead, and there's a hungry dog outside coming inside, and he is hungry. It is one of the most intense movies of the year. When I saw it, it did not leave my mind for 2 weeks straight. The ending is so creepy. It has a great message. It's got a great side plot that really gets deep about this character. The woman from Spy Kids plays the main woman. She is great. I know I didn't review the movie, but Geralds Game, it's an awesome movie. If you cannot see it, if you have Netflix, please watch it. It is one of the best films of the year, and that is why it made number 17. Number 16. This is probably one of my favorite romantic movies in the past years. This movie was great, and that is The Big Sick. I loved this movie. The story, the characters are great. Will Arnett, what is his name? Will Ahmed or something like that. The main guy, he is so good in this movie. It's like a true story about him and his wife, whatever. Her going to the hospital, him being his family. This movie is funny, it's sweet, it's got great dialogue, it feels real, and it makes you the movie never wants to end. You just want to keep watching these characters grow, whatever. It's fantastic. It probably is my favorite romantic movie in the past year or so. It was so good. Number 15. I'll probably get some hate for putting this movie so low on the list, but my number 15 is going to go to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was great. Everyone I know loves Wonder Woman because this is a female hero with her own movie with a female director, and it kicked ass. Wonder Woman was awesome. DC got everything right, especially them signing Patty Jenkins for the sequel. Smartest idea they made, this entire franchise of DC Universe. Wonder Woman was awesome. Chris Pine and her relationship worked off so well with each other. She's a great hero, and it shows what women can do in the film industry. Not just men can do everything. Women can do just as much as men, no matter what. Go women. Wonder Woman proved it. The movie was awesome, and I'm so excited to see the sequel and Patty Jenkins does with the sequel. Number 14. When I saw this movie was really high on my list. As it went on, it dropped a little bit, and then it became in this spot, and number 14 is going to be SpiderMan Homecoming. I love this movie. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Listen, I grew up with Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield was, I don't even know what they were doing with that, but Tom Holland, he is so damn good as Spider-Man and as Peter Parker, and Michael Keaton as a villain was one of my favorite villains in the whole Marvel Universe. I love how, the Breakfast Club kind of feel to it. Zendaya is awesome in the movie. I mean, this movie just has great moments, great action scenes, and makes you so excited to see what they're going to do with Spider-Man in the Infinity War movie and the future Marvel Universe. Spider-Man Homecoming was such a blast. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. Number 13. This, like I said in the beginning of this video, every movie has its ranking, whatever, and as time goes by, you can love a movie more and more. When this movie came out, I did not love it as much as other people. Honestly, I still don't, but I like it so enough in the movie theater experience. It just grew on me. I watched it again on 4K, very recent, and I loved it a little bit more, I'm not gonna lie. Number 13 is gonna be Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan might get a Best Director nomination. Does he deserve a win? Yeah, I mean, he really does, but then again, I want him to win it for something I really like Inception. But either way, Dunkirk was an experience. It was the loudest movie theater experience all year for me, and the characters might have sucked, but this was the first time in a movie I felt like I was in the war. I felt like there was a plane coming down and shooting at me. It was such an experience. I just had to put on this list somewhere, and as I watch it more and more, I just love the more intensity about it. Christopher Nolan does an amazing job, and please watch this movie. It's one of the best war films out there, even though I did not give this movie an A+, and I still don't love it as many as other people. Number 12. This is a movie that was so underrated. It makes me so mad people are not seeing this movie, and it's so mad that Ben Stiller's not getting Oscar performance or nothing like that. Number 12 is Brad's Status. This movie made me cry. It was the movie that hit me in the heart feels. It was so good. Ben Stiller's best performance of his career, hands down. I love him in Dodgeball and Zoolander and stuff, but this felt real. It felt like a character, man, and Ben Stiller literally makes this movie. He is so good, and it makes me so sad he's not getting any recognition for the Academy. Nothing. The story is good about this kid going to the college, whatever, and him growing out of it, and all of his old friends seeing how his life is not as rich as theirs. It's so emotional impact on you. It's so good. Please go see it. It's very underrated. Buy it, rent it, do something. Just please watch it. And man, just give Ben Stiller something. Just talk about him. I just want to hear them say, Well, Ben Stiller, he was definitely good in that movie. That's all I want to hear because he was that good in this movie. Number 11. I do have a poster of this movie. It's there behind my door, and it's because I love this movie, and that is Thor Ragnarok. How do you watch this movie and not smile? This is the most fun I've had in a movie all year. This movie is pure awesome. They got Thor right. Taika Waititi directed the crap out of this film. He is so awesome in this movie as the character. What's his name? He's the rock guy. I can't remember his name, but either way, Thor Ragnarok was so much fun, guys. The action scenes are awesome. The comedy is there. Everything is great, and I cannot wait to see the aftermath of what this movie was into the future. Thor Ragnarok had to be on this list somewhere. You had to. It's so much fun. Number 10. Alright, we're getting to the actual top 10 movies. This is where it was really hard for me, guys. And number 10 is also very hard. It makes me sad I put it here, but it's the truth. Number 10 is I, Tonya. Margot Robbie is so good in this movie. Like I said in my review, it's like Goodfellas mixed with it's ice skating. How does that compare to each other? I don't know, but either way, they nailed it. The girl who plays the mom is so good. She's winning Best Supporting Actress. I'm calling it now. Margot Robbie might even win Best Actress for this movie. The movie is funny. It's intense. There's great dialogue. The directing is fantastic. It is definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. It was awesome. Please go see it if you can. It's starting to expand in some theaters. Please go and see I, Tonya. It is so good. Number 9. I remember when they started filming this movie and I was excited right when they announced it. Then it got delayed. I was like, come on, please come out. And now it's finally out, and I'm saying it. Give James Franco Best Actor because he was great as Tommy Wiseau in The Disaster Artist. This was the most funniest movie of the year for me. It was so funny. It was great. And you actually care for Tommy Wiseau as a man. He's a guy who made one of the worst films ever made, The Room, but you actually care for him and you want him to do good, but what comes out of it is complete garbage. But oh, hi Mark. But James Franco as Tommy Wiseau is... I honestly think he deserves the win for Best Actor. I hope he wins it. I'm actually guaranteed he's gonna get nominated now because he's starting to get more nominated for more awards. So I'm gonna guarantee he's getting a nomination. If he wins it, I will literally watch the Academy Awards forever because this is something that is so unique and different. I loved it. The Disaster Artist was so funny. Go see it. It's weird as hell, but it's awesome. Number 8. Even though the title is completely lying to you, it's still an awesome movie. War for the Planet of the Apes is my 8th spot. Listen, Seizure, his trilogy has come to an end, and it deserves to be talked about in the best trilogies ever made. This movie was awesome, guys. This was a Seizure movie. His character goes through so much crap in this movie, and the ending is awesome. It's such an impact movie. This trilogy has been leading to these moments with Seizure, and it is great. It feels like a Holocaust kind of war film, even though there's not really a war in the movie. It's still an awesome story about Seizure and what this trilogy's been building to. It did not disappoint me at all, and Woody Harrelson was so underrated as the villain. He is awesome, but with Andy Serkis as Seizure, he is the reason this trilogy was so good. Number 7. For this movie, you really had to think all the way back to January, and number 7 is going to be Split. I loved Split. James McAvoy gives an Oscar-winning performance in this film. It is so amazing how easily he switches characters to women, little kids, grown men. It is great, and M. Night Shyamalan directed the shit out of this movie. He does an amazing job directing. The writing is good. Aaron Taylor, what's her name? Aaron Taylor, something like that. Aaron Johnson, I don't even know. The girl in the movie, she's really good. And of course, I cannot talk about this movie without talking about the twist at the very end, which is really not a twist. It's just something that connects to something. I won't spoil it, of course, but I love the twist at the very end of this movie. It gives me chills every time I watch it. I love Split, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with the future with the movie called Glass. Very excited. Split. It was such an awesome movie. James McAvoy, you are getting snubbed of an Oscar. Number 6. The best reviewed movie of all time is making my list, and that is Lady Bird. Saoirse Ronan deserves the Best Actress nomination, hands down. She is great as Lady Bird. This movie really relates with me because I am entering that stage of where she is right now in the movie. High school is ending. You're trying to figure where yourself is at right now. Going into college, where you want to go to college, and it's scary, and going with relationships and meeting people and who's your friends, who's your not. This movie touched me in so many places, just like Edge of 17 did last year. This movie is just as good, might even be better. This movie was so good. Saoirse Ronan is so underrated in this movie. She deserves every award she gets. Between her and Margot Robbie, it is just neck and neck. Lady Bird was a fantastic movie. Very funny, very sad, and very emotional, and made me tear up in one little scene. I loved Lady Bird. Number 5. Alright, now we're getting to the neck deep kind of movies. 10 through 6 was hard. I'm not gonna lie, that was hard to make. 5 through 1 was seriously so many racing, so many sitting here doing this. It was so hard, guys. I can't even tell you. So number 5 is a movie I truly love, and a lot of people I know who watched it love this movie. Number 5 is Baby Driver. I loved this movie. Edgar Wright directed the poop out of this movie. Ansel Elgort as Baby was fantastic. Say what you want about Kevin Spacey at the moment, but in this movie, he is awesome. He's a villain friend. You don't even know what he is. Jamie Foxx is great. The music is spot on, perfect. It's got some funny parts, got some intense parts. Baby Driver is definitely one of the best films of the year, and it makes me so excited. So many people watched it and loved it, which gives Edgar Wright way more opportunities to direct way more things, and that makes me very, very excited because Edgar Wright is one of my favorite directors. Number 4. Coming into the 4th spot is a movie that wasn't my number 1 spot for a very, very long time, and it dropped to 4, and that will be Logan. I love Logan. Man, this was the movie. I had to tear up, I had to look down, I had to wipe my eyes for a second. Hugh Jackman's last performance as Logan was great. You get to see the blood, you get to see him slice into someone, you get to see him say fuck and all this kind of stuff. It's awesome. I loved it. The emotional impact at the very end of this movie is great too. The action was directed so good, and I'm hoping for a Best Picture nomination for Logan. Logan was such a great superhero movie, and it changes things for superhero movies too. They can be rated R and a very serious tone movie, just like any other movie. Number 3. Coming in number 3 is a movie that I don't think a lot of people thought would be in my top 3. When I first watched it, I really liked it. It grew on me. I've watched it a few times now. It's grown on me, and I've noticed how, like, styles and themes and directing and character moments, and it's grown into where I'm learning off this film, and that, my number 3 is going to be Get Out. Jordan Peele's directorial debut knocked it out of the park. It's gone over the stadium and into the Academy, where it might get nominated for original screenplay and maybe a Best Picture nomination. Let's hope, guys. Get Out was the most original film of the entire year, hands down. It was so good, and so many people went and saw it. Everyone I know likes this movie, except my parents for some odd reason, but everyone I know loves it. It was so good, guys. It's the most original film of the year, hands down. Number 2. Number 2 and number 1 switched back and forth many, many times. I'm still not even sure if this is number 2, but for the moment, it very much is number 2. Number 2 is Blade Runner 2049. Do you want to talk about a film? This is a film with characters, an amazing story, emotional scenes, intense, great spectacle action scenes, and great, amazing music, sound design, and the cinematography is so beautiful. If it does not win Best Cinematography, I will seriously cry. It was the best looking film I have ever seen in my entire life. That is no joke. Blade Runner had great characters, and it doesn't even, like, ruin the first one. I personally think this is better than the first one. It might be a little long, but Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford are great in this movie. So, it was just such an amazing movie theater experience, and just the movie itself, I cannot wait to buy the 4K. Blade Runner is definitely my second favorite movie of 2017. Number 1. Alright, we have done it. We have done 20 through 2. We have gone through a year of so many movies, guys. I saw a lot of movies. I saw a lot of bad and great and this mixture of movies. And now it's time to finally talk about my favorite movie of 2017. What could it be? Does anyone know? Can you guess it right now? I'll give you a hint. It's kind of right behind me in top right hand corner right there. And yes, my favorite movie of the year 2017 is It. I loved It. I loved it. When I first saw it, I loved it. I really just loved it. It's grown on me so much. And it's not even just a horror film when people say it's a scary horror film. No, it's more than that. It's a great emotional, kind of like Stand By Me, Goonies, mixed with a bunch of amazing, great scares, not just some cheap horror crap. When horror is good, I love it. This is the definition of a horror film. Great characters, a great villain creature, Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård, is pure evil in this movie. The kids are great. The directing is so good. There are some great chilling moments, scares. I will never forget that fridge scene, man. It is creepy. Again, Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise is amazing. Guys, I loved it from beginning to end. I enjoyed it. It's funny. It's emotional. It's scary. It's intense. It is my favorite movie of 2017. It had everything I wanted in one movie. That is why it's my number 1. It's the movie that's gonna stick with me. I'm gonna watch it over and over. I cannot wait to buy it on Blu-ray. It is my favorite movie of 2017. And I loved it. I loved everything. And it also helps that I read the book, which was 1,000 pages, just to let you know. It's only in the freaking Bible, guys. So that is it. That is my top 20 best movies of 2017. It's a long video, but guys, I just had to talk about these movies because this was a very tough list to do. It's not an easy list. And again, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Just go ahead and comment and tell me I suck and I die and you're stupid, I'm on drugs. Go ahead and just say it down there. That's okay. Everyone has an opinion, but for me, that is my list and that is what I like. And hopefully you agree. Maybe you disagree, but that's okay. Welcome to the internet. So that is it, guys. That is my top 20 best movies. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And coming very soon, probably tomorrow, will be, the fun one, top 10 worst, will be coming to you guys very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.